It's pretty chilly here up on the mountain where the citadel is. That's where I am now. And then if you look down there, there's the Roman theater, which I'm going to go to a bit later. It seems like you can really see, you know, Amman is, it's like a bowl. So I guess this is the Temple of Hercules. 2 pillars still standing. And I've heard there's a hand around here somewhere. Let's have a look for the hand. But it's amazing that after, you know, what is it, 1800, 2000 years, these are still standing. There's not many people here either. Probably because it's, I think it's the low season. I'm not sure, maybe just because it's cold all the time of day, who knows. I was looking for this hand because I know this is the hand of Hercules. I think it's Hercules, and this statue was supposed to be 13 meters high, so it may be as high as the temple. I guess that would be 13 meters. And here's what's left of the hand, which is, it's smaller than what I was expecting, right? If the statue was 13 meters, which is maybe, I don't know, is that 13 meters? This hand seems a bit small, but you know. It's a 20-minute walk, but it's 10 minutes by taxi, so I took a taxi. The citadel somewhere up there. I guess you can kind of see the edges of it, but you can't really see the temple. And then here's the famous Roman theater. By the way, if you come to Jordan, you really should get the Jordan pass, because both of these places, like, they need tickets, but if you have the Jordan pass, it's free, and your visa fee is waived, so it's really worth it. Gonna have a walk up. This place apparently it's at 6,000 people, and it looks like it's quite in good condition. Oh, these steps are steep. Look. But I just want to get to the top, because I guess at the top those are the cheap tickets. If you don't have, you know, it's like a concert. Maybe these seats here would be the medium priced seats, and then at the top would be like the cheapest seats in the house. Oh, there's the Temple of Hercules. It's really quite big, and you don't get a sense for it when you see pictures. But when you're standing here, you can imagine if this place was filled with people, it'd be quite a spectacle. When I was in Saudi, it was quite hot. It's like 20 something in the day, so you could just wear t-shirts. Here it's quite cold. It's like single digits temperature wise, and I saw a jacket like this. They have different colors. I saw one in Saudi, but at the time I didn't want to buy it because I noticed it said made in Jordan. I was like, why would I buy it here if I can, you know, get one from Jordan? It's probably cheaper too. So yesterday I went out and bought one of these, and it's my new favorite jacket because it's got this fur inside. It's very good for keeping you warm on this kind of, you know, cold, miserable, rainy day. It's almost sundown, and I've come to a place called Rainbow Street. Well, I'm almost at a place called Rainbow Street, and if you keep walking, there's a whole group of markets together that I was at earlier today, but you know, usually it's livelier if you go in the evenings, so that's where I'm heading now. I really like that in Amman you can just kind of walk everywhere, in most places at least. You know, there's one, this is Rainbow Street, by the way. I saw in the videos, there's like a bunch of umbrellas that they hang from up there. But for some reason I'm not seeing the umbrellas, which is fine. I don't need to see the umbrellas. But one interesting thing about Jordan is the number of electric cars. I guess gas is expensive here, because you don't see, like in some of the neighboring countries, all the Toyota Land Cruisers. Here you see it's more European. You see like small cars and, you know, ID4s, like Volkswagen electric cars and things like that. Look, there's one here. Today I've had like 4 taxis and they've all been this car. Or look, there's a Prius up ahead. So I guess that maybe oil is not so cheap here compared with next door. I came through this street yesterday and I didn't see this. I missed it. I guess this is the famous, one of the famous places. Not umbrellas, it's like lanterns. And it's raining again. It's very British weather. But that's okay because it's not raining very heavily. You can still walk about. In fact, I see most people don't have umbrellas. I suspect most people don't own an umbrella because it doesn't rain that often here. And you get to the end of Rainbow Street. There's some shortcuts you can take down these stairs. If you take a taxi, they kind of zigzag up and down the mountain. It can take longer to go by taxi. It's quicker sometimes to walk down these stairs. And at the bottom, there's a mosque and there's a series of markets that I kind of like started to explore earlier this morning, but didn't really get a chance. So I'm gonna go and have a look and see if I can't buy another jacket like this. Oh, there's the mosque. For kids too. You see a lot of people on the streets wearing them because it's cold and it's cheap. It's only 10 dirhams. It's like $15. Apparently you can go in the mosque, but I don't want to take off my shoes. So I'm content to stand at the door and let's just have a look around the market. Some ladies' clothes. Not really my style, but I don't see anybody wearing these. I don't see anybody on the street dressed like this. So I don't know when that's for. I guess this is the market for whatever kind of dress you call this. But this is you saw this, I saw this in the museum that I was in this morning, but not so much on the street, maybe because it's cold. This morning, I went across the street. It's not far, somewhere over there from the apartment I'm staying in to get some breakfast. There's like a Lebanese bakery. And I was talking with the owner, and he said, you know, the way we do falafel here is a bit different. So we bake it, and it's the Lebanese way. So that's what I'm trying for breakfast now. I got baked falafel with some tomato and some mint and some sauce. I forget the name of the sauce. He told me, but I forgot. Manakish. Manakish is like it's kind of like Lebanese pizza. It's like a bread, and they put thyme on it. You can get cheese and meat and things like that. That's why I say it's like pizza. But something that I really like to have for breakfast when I'm here in the Middle East, because you can usually find it. It's quite a lot of food actually. I probably have too much. And this cost me 2.5 dinar, Jordani dinar, which is about how much is that? It's like $3, $3.50. So I guess this is the falafel roll, because I had a few places. I had falafel in a few places here, and usually it's deep fried. And he said this one is baked. So let's try this. I don't know if you can see that. The wide apple. Looks good though. It's got some gherkins in it too, and it doesn't have the it feels a lot healthier because they cooked it in like a pizza oven, same pizza oven they cooked the bread in, so it's not deep fried. I guess it's the healthy way to eat falafel, which is kind of, you know, it's kind of junk food if it's deep fried, I guess. And then this is the manakish. The manakish is quite cheap because I got the basic version. Here they kind of like fold it over. Some other places it's just like a pizza. And then you have this, which is like I think they call it thyme, Thyme, but it's not the same as thyme you get in like that you get in the West. It's called, I think it's called za'atar. It's like a special kind of herb that they use for this. And you fold it over like this. When it's fresh, it's really good. And it's olive oil. It's quite salty. It's very good with coffee or tea, you know, some kind of drink to kind of cut the saltiness. I think I have too much food though, so I might have to take some of this and have it for lunch. I've left Amman. I rented a car. By the way, never fly with Flyer deal. It's a Saudi company, I think. They lost my luggage. And so one reason I had to go to the airport today, apart from to get my rental car, was to pick up my luggage, which they lost. For one day. It's not so bad, but I've come to a mountain, which is supposed to be quite important if you're a Christian. Or perhaps if you're Jewish too. It's called Mount Nebo. So the reason why this site is famous is because apparently this is the place where God promised the chosen land. I think that's the right word, the chosen land, to the Israelites, to Moses. So he said to Moses, he showed them, he said, took Moses up on this mountain and said, you know, this is the promised land. That's the right word, the promised land. And you're supposed to be able to see it from here. On a good day, you should be able to see Jerusalem and Bethlehem, Jericho. I don't know if we can see it today. It's a bit cloudy, isn't it? But you can, I think you can get an idea, like, if the weather was clear, you could see like, I don't know, 50 kilometers. You can see quite far. And apparently Moses is also, he died after this revelation. So somewhere on this mountain, the Bible doesn't say where, might be his resting place. According to the map, I don't know if you can see, when the weather's clear, you can see Jericho, Bethlehem, a few names that would be familiar to anyone who's read the Bible. But the weather's not so great today. Actually, I'm going to the Dead Sea in a little bit, so maybe I'll have to drive down this road, I'm not sure. But it's, you know, it's winter, it's the low season, so it's quite empty here. There's not many people. And you can imagine, like in the high season, this might be packed full of people. I watched some YouTube videos about like Christians, like American Christians, who will come and visit this place. There's another place where Jesus was supposedly baptized in the River Jordan, which is somewhere over there. And you can go and you can visit it, buy a ticket, and you can kind of like bathe in the water, or at least put your feet in, something like that. But I'm not religious, so I'm not going to go there. But it's still an interesting place to visit. So I was about to complain that that this is not included in the Jordan Pass, but inside is quite impressive. This is like the memorial of Moses, and inside the floors and the walls are kind of covered with mosaics. And this is the original building would be like 1500 years old. I guess the mosaics would be, you know, similar time period. So the view is not great today. But you know, the mosaics and this building and like all of these ruins, and we've got an olive tree planted by Pope John Paul II in 24 years ago. So I guess I don't know if that's old for an olive tree, but interesting to know. I think that's a good end to this video. Amman might be one of my favorite cities that I've visited in the Middle East because it's so accessible. It's easy to walk around. People are friendly. There's a falafel store on every corner. It's a little bit cold, but you know, that makes a nice change. And I imagine if you come in the summer, I've been complaining it's too hot. So yeah, next stop on this trip will be the Dead Sea, which is not far from here. You should be able to see it if the weather was better. So I'll see you in the next video, which will be somewhere near the Dead Sea, I hope.